Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. May I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wait for the teachers, maybe.
You wait 2 minutes and after that you can start. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes, yes. Hello, sir. Dr. Makhija. Hello. How are you, sir?
Hi, I'm good. How about you?
Good, sir. This side, Dr. Nitin Verma from Department of Psychology, sir.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for inviting me. May I start the program or should we wait for someone?
Oh, okay. Most welcome, sir.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
I think Muskan.
I'm Doc.
I think we should start now.
Okay, sir. He's saying to. He's asking us to start now.
Yes,
Okay,
start now. Continue, Muskan.
okay. My name is Dr. Haresh Kumar Makhija. I work as the Assistant Professor of Psychiatry at Kherpur Medical College, Kherpur Meerut, and I'm working as the head of department as well. I have done my graduation in 2008 from Chandka Medical College, Larkana, and then I moved to USA for the USMLE. I'm ECFMG certified and I got post fellowship residence in child psychiatry there. But due to family reasons, I had to come back to Pakistan to join my fellowship training in adult psychiatry due to the family reasons. Now, currently, I'm fellow of College of Physicians and Surgeons of Pakistan. So I'm working at my hometown and I'm serving my own country right now. I would try my best not to make you go or waste your precious time. So we directly come to our topic, mental health. So we should know first of all what is mental health. Is yeah, it's already a new term for me. That yeah, you put the term yeah, it's an old term that means mind that is capable of beautiful thoughts. I hope everyone can see my presentation as well. Is it visible to
Yes,
everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
yes.
sir.
Visible.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
When we talk about mental health, as you already are going to be a psychologist, most likely the clinical psychologist, we should develop some tolerance. So I start my presentation with the tolerance. The highest result of education is a tolerance. These are the words told by the Helen Keller and the Swami Prabhupada told that by tolerance one can conquer desires and avarice. हम हर वो चीज़ कर सकते हैं अगर हमें बर्दाश्त है तो जो चीज़ हम चाहें जो भी चीज़ हम चाहते हैं अगर हम बर्दाश्त कर सकते हैं वो चीज़ हम हासिल कर सकते हैं वी नीड टू कंट्रोल आवर एंगर we need to control our stress we need to control our anxiety before reacting try to think for a couple of seconds even for just for 10 seconds if you think just for 10 seconds you can control your reactions that are abnormal that may give you something negative. So what is mental health? There are multiple definitions of mental health. So I would more focus on the recommended definition that is given by the WHO. It is a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities. Individual can cope with the normal stresses of a life, can work productively and fruitfully, is able to make a contribution to his or her community. This whole definition is given by the World Health Organization that mental health, this is the mental health. Not merely an absence of mental illness is a mental health. There are so many people who are not suffering from the psychotic disorder, but still they have a lot of problems with their mental health. Not necessarily the person is having schizophrenia, he is having mental health problems, but there are other issues as well. An individual's ability to enjoy and to create a balance between life activities and efforts to achieve a psychological resilience. This is also one of the definition of mental health. Because it is not necessary that you should claim or remember things like whatever is written on the slides. You can make your own definition as well. Mental health includes emotional, psychological, and social well-being. When you are emotionally sound, psychologically good, and your social well-being is doing good, you are mentally strong. Once you are mentally strong, then you have a lot of capabilities to do many things. Now, the mental health, the definition that is given by the Public Health Agency of Canada, is an individual's capacity to feel, think, and act in a ways to achieve a better quality of a life while respecting the personal, social, and cultural boundaries. Why I have put so many definitions on the two slides? Everyone has their own perception. The students who have joined here, the teachers who have joined here, they have their own perception, they have their own thought process. They might get one, another might miss another one. So I want you to just go through all these definitions so something should not get away with this one. Mental health is increasingly viewed as a presence of various aspects of the well-being rather than just the absence of the mental illness. Where I was being taught previously, they were telling that when there's a no mental illness, it means you are mentally strong. But right now, we don't believe in such things. If we have to be mentally strong, then we should have the components of the mental well-being, not just the absence of a disease. It's a lifelong process. It's a sense of harmony and a balance for the individual, family, friends, and the community. What are the characteristics of the mental health? They feel good about themselves. People who are mentally strong, they feel good about themselves. They do not become overwhelmed by the emotions like fear, anger, love. They do not let these things to overcome to their personality, to overcome their attitude, jealousy, guilt, or anxiety. The person who are not mentally strong, they have the frustrations. They cannot tolerate the others. They feel the jealousy. They have the guilt. They have the anxiety. Before starting any work, they just become anxious. They have the palpitations. They have sweating. They have tremors. So I want you all to have a good mental health. They have a lasting and a satisfying personal relationships. They feel comfortable with the other people. Why? अगर जिन लोगों की मेंटल हेल्थ अच्छी नहीं होती वो कैसे करते हैं? वो कंफर्टेबल फील नहीं करते. सोशल फोबियाज होती है कुछ लोगों के हाथ कांपना शुरू कर देते हैं, पाल्पिटेशन होती है. They have the tremors, they have shaking of their voice, they have shaking of their hands, they have shaking of their bodies. They can laugh at themselves and others too. Sometimes we need to laugh at ourselves as well. We make some mistakes and we keep like person who are having not good mental health, they avoid, they leave the place, they go away. But sometimes we need to laugh at ourselves and the others as well. So we are mentally strong. We need to show that we are mentally strong. People who are mentally strong, they have a respect for themselves and for others, even if there are the differences. There are a lot of people, there are a lot of, suppose two friends are not talking to each other, they have few issues. Despite of that, they need to respect each others in front of others as well. Why? Because this is how you are going to show that you are mentally strong, not by pushing her or pushing him in the roads or behaving inappropriately. They are able to accept the life's disappointments. Nobody knows what happens. Anytime. We can have earthquake right now. Anybody can have an accident. They can have a heart attack. We need to accept the life's disappointment. We can have a financial loss. We can fail our exams. So we need to be bold enough to accept such things. They can meet life's demands and handle their problems when they arise. They make their own decisions. We should not be dependent on other people once we are adult for the decisions. No doubt we should take suggestions from the qualified ones. We should take suggestions from our elder ones, but we have to decide by our own self that what we are going to do. They shape their environment whenever possible and adjust to it when necessary. I hope you all are getting this.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Major problem in a mental health is the stigma. Now, what is stigma? It is when someone views you in a negative way because you have a distinguished characteristic or a personal trait that is thought to be or actually the disadvantage. It is a negative stereotype behavior of the people, of ourselves. We are the one who produce the stigma. Even psychiatrists, psychologists sometimes, we giggle, we laugh in front of the patients, in front of the clients. They feel negative about these things, but we hardly realize such things. They are the humans as well. We need to treat them politely. We need to show some empathy to them. So this negative stereotype should be stopped now. Unfortunately, negative attitude and belief towards people who have a mental health conditions are common, and it leads to the discrimination, and the discrimination further increases the severity of the illness. Discrimination can be on the many bases. It can be on the basis of religion, it can be basis on the country, it can be basis of the gender, it can be basis on the color. So right now, I have seen few videos and few things. People, they are the celebrities who are asking you not to use the beauty products. They are claiming that this is the discrimination. Even the black color, they have the beauty. So what is feminine actually? What is feminine? Feminine is the beauty. Beauty is not based on the color. Beauty is not based on the gender. Beauty is not based on the race. So we should avoid the discrimination basically. Many people view these conditions as a weakness. They should handle themselves. Now the people claim if someone is showing psychiatric illness, they should handle themselves. So for this attitude, unfortunately, this view prevents them from getting the professional assistance. They may alleviate their problems. घर में किसी को कुछ हो जाता है, वो कहता है मुझे मजा नहीं आता, मेरा दिल नहीं लगता किसी चीज में. हम कहते हैं खाना खा लो, क्या मसला है, हर चीज तो तुम्हें मिल रही है, क्या नहीं मिलता. We don't bring him to the psychiatrist or psychologist, which he or she actually needs. अगर उसको सर में दर्द होता है तो हम ले जाते हैं क्योंकि वो पेन है. पेट में दर्द होता है हम उसको ले जाते हैं क्योंकि वो दर्द हो रहा है. Likewise, depression and anxiety, adjustment disorder, psychosis, these all should be taken seriously. Society has tendency to view mental health issues differently from the medical ones. Like I already told you, when someone breaks his leg or the chest pain or he needs a prescription, they will see a doctor. However, when they experience depression, excessive fear, a problem with alcohols, they may be embarrassed to ask help. Why? Because her features are not taken seriously. Even family members or friends, they just ignore the patient. They just say, क्या हो गया भाई, ऐसा क्या हो गया, क्या मसला, मसला क्या, उदास क्यों हो, कुछ नहीं, चलो खाना खाने चलते हैं. It's not so. खाना खाने लेके जाओ, उसको टाइम दो. But we need to address the main issue as well. Why this thing happened? Take him to the psychiatrist, take him to the psychologist who can address his or her issue properly. Dr. Stephanie Baker, who is a PhD, has a 25-year experience in mental health therapy. You know, she says that 80% of your recovery must come from your commitment and a willingness to get better. Whatever the illness is, even the physical health. Sometimes we have abdominal pain. When we reach the doctor and we trust the doctor, we say, now we are fine, we are better. This is all psychological. Seeking help is a sign of strength, not a weakness. Once you ignore your symptoms, your disease will increase. Severity will increase. Number of symptoms will increase with time. No one possesses all characteristics of a good mental health all of the time. You know, everybody has such phase. Even psychiatrists, psychologists, doctors, physicians, whoever is a part of this world, they have the phase of depression and anxiety once or twice a time. It depends upon your life. It depends upon the circumstances. Now we need to be strong enough to deal such situations. It's not so that you are a psychologist, so you are not going to be in depression. I am a psychiatrist, so I will not face anxiety. We have a home, we have a wife, parents, everyone. There are the issues everywhere. Now, what are the harmful effects of the stigma? People are reluctant to seek help or a treatment. Why? Because they believe they cannot be treated properly. Because they believe they are not normal. They are psychotic. They have the lack of understanding by the family, friends, co-workers, or the others. They believe there are the few opportunities for the work, school, social activities, or trouble finding housing. Health insurance, that does not adequately cover our mental health illness treatment. We differ from the Western countries. In the Western countries, almost all of the people are insured, whether it's a mental condition or it's a physical condition. But countries like us, India, Pakistan, or South Asian countries, they have a problem with the insurance. We hardly get a insurance for our health. So we face a lot of problems in these things. And here, if you come to know, if an insurance person comes to know that he or she is having depression, anxiety, or psychosis, they hardly make you, they hardly become flexible to give you the insurance with the same premium amount. The belief that they will never succeed at certain challenges or that they cannot improve their situation. These are the harmful effects of the stigma. we we hear a lot about the stigma. We just keep the banners away. We show the awareness. It's like by taking the photographs. Nowadays the system is changed. Now social media, we just any you can take the name of any college or any school. They show they want to come over the media. By this is the stigma, mental health stigma. Now what is the stigma? Hardly somebody knows what is the stigma, why it happens, what are the effects of stigma. It's not just a word stigma. We need to go into the deep. Like, we are not a layman, we are the psychologists, psychiatrists, and doctors. So we need to focus on these words. What does it mean? Steps to cope with the stigma. What are the steps to cope with the stigma? What are the steps to deal with the stigma? We should get a treatment and be honest about the treatment. Like, if someone is suffering from major depressive disorder, that is a severe, now how should we treat him? He's going to the psychiatrist. Okay, we have provided him the biological management, but he need to follow the biopsychosocial model for the treatment. He need to address his psychological issues. He need to address his social issues. So he or she need to go for the cognitive behavioral therapy as well, if that person wants to be treated properly. So patient or clients needs to be honest with the treatment. Do not let stigma create self-doubts or the shame. We should not isolate the patient. We should not isolate ourselves. Why? We should spend time with our loved ones. We should make ourselves busy. Once we are being isolated, severity of symptom is going to increase. We can have thoughts about the suicide. We can have thoughts about deliberate self-harm. We can have thoughts about killing others as well sometimes. Do not equate yourself with your illness. Even me, I realize sometimes we say that he's a schizophrenic. This is wrong. Because it's not terms like these terms are very easy to say, like, he is a schizophrenic. Why? Why we say this? This is wrong. He is not a schizophrenic. He is having an illness that is schizophrenia. He has schizophrenia that can be treated. If we are calling someone that he is schizophrenic, it means we are blaming him. He is going to be schizophrenic for lifelong. If you are introducing somebody in your family that my brother, he's a schizophrenic. Now the person who came to visit you, he will remember your brother as a schizophrenic all the time. Where is your schizophrenic brother? But this is wrong. Mental health is as important as the physical health. We are not saying that he's a TB patient. He's having TB, tuberculosis. Why? Why we say this? Because we are giving more priority to the physical health. Likewise, we should need to give priority to the mental health. We should say that he has such illness. He has a bipolar disorder. He has acute stress disorder. He has a post-traumatic stress disorder. He has been the victim of rape. He has been the victim of war. So he's developing such symptoms. Once these symptoms resolve, he'll be fine. Join a support group. Join a like-minded people who can take care of you, who can listen to you, who have a tolerance to be a you, who have a tolerance to who have skills to show you something, who have skills to train you in different support system. Get help at school. If you are having problem, if someone is mentally challenged, if someone has a low IQ, their parents should talk to the school teacher that my son is having such issues. So you should give him some leniency, that he might hurt somebody, that he might talk rubbish sometime. So they should not mind it. So provide proper information. Providing information is the basic goal. If you would not provide information about your kid to the teacher or the principal, how he or she would come to know? It's like nowadays parents blame the schools, parents blames the teacher, parents blame the principals, parents blame the staff. They have done such things, but they by themselves haven't talked to the teacher. They should come forward. They should avoid such stigma that they will come to know that a baby is mentally challenged. There are the schools, other schools as well. Speak out against the stigma. Talk openly about the mental health. We need to speak out about the stigma. When we will speak about the stigma and talk about the mental health, the sensitivity of these things will decrease. Now it is sensitized. We all are sensitized about the mental health. If somebody comes to know that he or she is having mental illness in their family, they have problems in getting married. Why? Because this runs in the families. No doubt it runs in the families, but what are the chances? What are the chances of psychosis? There are 10% chances if parent is having schizophrenia or in psychosis. Not 100% chances. They are the environmental factors. They have more effect on these things. Educate yourself and others. Educate in a proper way. Take the references. Read from the authorized articles, not from the Google. Let the media know when they are being stigmatizing. Sometimes our media stigmatizes things. They keep on talking about the women's rights. They keep on talking about the women's right, transgender rights. Why don't they talk about the human rights? Women is a part of human, major part of human. We sensitize the issue. It's a woman right. Woman has been discriminated. Woman has been done such things. So we make a, like separate categories of a woman rights, separate categories for the men rights, separate categories for the transgender. You should know your rights. I hope I'm not making you bow. And you guys are
No,
not
sir,
sleeping.
not at all. No, sir.
Now the mental health and the students. There's a clear connection between mental health and academic performance. Research shows that high level of mental health are associated with increased learning. People, guys, students who are having high mental health, who are having the characteristic of mental health that has been shown to you previously, they have increased learning, creativity, and a productivity. They are more pro-social behavior. They love to talk. They are flexible. They are not rigid. They would change when they need it. Positive social relationship, and they have an improved physical health. How come people who are having the mental health, improved mental health, are showing the proper physical health? Why? Because when we are happy, our neurotransmitters are releasing in a balanced way. But when we are unhappy, we are taking stress, our catecholamines release. Our steroids, they keep on releasing and they make our body stiff. Sometimes they break our bones as well. So by being happy, we are having increased life expectancy. Have you seen the people who are taking a lot of stress? They are diabetic. Have you seen the people who are having other issues? They become hypertensive. Why? Why the stress causes diabetes and hypertension? There's a direct link between these things. So we should be happy all the time. Students struggling with depression or other mental disorders have a harder time feeling motivated, learning, concentrated. They have a reduced energy level. They have difficulty in taking the test. Their mental ability is disturbed. They are hard optimistic. They are all the time pessimistic. गलत हो रहा है मेरे साथ, सब कुछ गलत हो रहा है. They become selective affective. Why? जो कुछ भी हो रहा है मतलब मेरे साथ हो रहा है, ये सब ना, ऐसा नहीं होता. This is not so. They overgeneralize the things. इसने ऐसा किया, इस लड़की ने मेरे साथ ऐसा किया, सारी ऐसी हैं. ऐसे नहीं होता. Health conditions can affect or alter. What is mental disorder now? Mental disorder. Health conditions that affect or alter the cognitive function, emotional responses are behavior associated with distress and impaired functioning is known as a mental disorder. This is a common definition. If somebody asks you what is mental disorder, it's a condition that affects or alter the cognitive functions. Cognitive combines a lot of things: judgment, abstract thinking, the thought process, your decision making, emotional responses, behavior associated with distress and impaired functioning. Now, the mental health problems can affect many areas of the student lives, like the quality of life is reduced, academic achievement is reduced, their physical health deteriorates, they have bad satisfaction of the college experiences, like You get bad experiences when your mental health is not good. We keep on blaming others, then negatively impacting relationship with the friends and the family members. These issues can also have long-term consequences for the students, affecting their future employment, earning potential, and overall health. One study have found that 5% of students do not finish their education due to psychiatric disorder, and estimated that 4.3 million people would have been graduated from college if they had not a psychiatric disorders. Have you seen those people? Have you seen those friends? I have seen. They join the medical school in the first year. When we reach the final year, out of batch of 100, few are missing. They leave the medical college. They leave any college. Why? There must be some reasons. We have hardly inquired about such things. Now, the causes of mental health in a college students. You better know these things more than me right now. Pressure to succeed in academics. We all the time do unnecessary competitions with our friends. We fight for the positions. We fight for the marks. What happens? Suppose somebody is taking 800 out of 1000 and someone is taking 810 marks. What happens? What is the difference? Not a major difference in a practical life. At that time, you would find the difference when you are studying in the college, but once you come out of the college, nobody knows that you are a position holder. You need to do good in the practical life. So stop fighting on such things. Stop thinking on such things. Stop doing unnecessary competition. There should be a competition. You should pass the exams, the good number. No doubt, everybody wants such things. But on such things, you should not discourage your friends. You should not discourage your teachers. Sometimes we blame our teachers that they have discriminated the students. They have given more marks to others. It's not so. It's all your thinking. It's all your perception. Because you, I think you are the age of around 21 or 20%, become adults in 21. We are not mature until we are 21. So we need to be flexible. We need to realize where we are wrong. Before blaming somebody, you should see to yourself, what have you done to? Financial stresses, no doubt. In college students, they have financial stresses. They are dependent on their family. They are dependent on their parents. So it depends upon their family where they belong. And you know the theme of this year World Mental Health Day is mental health in an unequal world. Is the theme of this year mental health. Mental health in an unequal world. What does it mean? You see there's a difference. In your neighborhood, you would find some billionaires. When you see the right, you find the billionaires. When you see the left, you find the very poor people. They hardly have the money to eat the food. They hardly do the dinners. This is an unequal world. You would find someone quite fair. You would find someone quite dark. And they are being discriminated. We fight on the basis of religion. We fight on the basis of race. Someone is a Muslim, someone is a Hindu. What makes the difference? We have to live our life. We need to learn some humanity. I'm a Pakistani. I'm very thankful to you guys that you have invited me on this seminar. Why? I do the seminars every week. I do the workshops every month. But I'm happy to deliver a lecture for you guys because this is a positive attitude that you have shown. You have shown trust to me that being a Pakistani, I'm delivering a lecture to the Indian people. We should learn some humanity. Even me, everyone. There's an uncertainty about which major career path to choose. Now, as a student, we become confused sometimes what to join. We should go for the arts, we should go for the science, we should go for the commerce. So we become confused. And once we join something, we should go for the medical. If we come into medical, what he or she should be? He should be surgeon, physician, a psychiatrist. When I thought to become a psychiatrist, what happens? I appeared in the fellowship exams of part 1 in Pakistan and I cleared that in first attempt. My parents were told by the others that psychiatry is something odd, that your son is going to be in psychiatry. He might be psychotic by himself or he's having some issues. So my parents, like my father especially, he said, why did you join the psychiatry? Why have you given exam in the psychiatry? Is it easy? So to prove that easiness, that it's not easy, I appeared again in the internal medicine part 1 that I cleared ensured later to them that I have cleared internal medicine, but I would join psychiatry. So these are the type of stigmas. There's the increased social media use nowadays. All the time we are sitting, we are reading, even we are giving presentations, even we are sitting in the lectures, mobile is in our hand. We keep on rolling the Facebooks, Instagrams, LinkedIn, whatever we want to. No, this is addiction. This is the internet addiction. This gives negative impact on your mental health. Stigma around seeking help. That is already mentioned that seeking help is a strength, not a weakness. I told you. There are so many people who are being abused in childhood, trauma, neglect. Abuse, this happens mostly to the girls, but somewhere to the boys as well. So even India, if I've been in the USA, there are a lot of cases of rape. These are more common in the India as well, even in the Pakistan. They become the victim, those females or those males become the victim of such incidents. They go into the post-traumatic stress disorder. They are hardly being given the justice. Why? Because our system in the law is so much flexible for the person who's committing crime that he goes out on the bail. Anyhow, even if he murders someone, they get bribe or any other thing. Like I don't want to disclose such things on this. So this happens that the person who commits crimes gets free, and the person who's victim they end up in a suicide. Social isolation and loneliness is also a cause of mental health. We should be friendly. We should make friends. We should be socially sound. We should not isolate ourselves. Experiencing discrimination and stigma for few people is very traumatic. I have seen so many medical students, they suffer from acute stress disorder when they are being bullied in the first year. When they come in the college, they are being bullied by the seniors in the name of ragging. But sometimes things go beyond it. Social disadvantage, poverty, debt, the person who are not rich, the person who are in debt, the person who are having no friends is also one of the cause of the mental health issues in the college students. Now why this happens sometimes, suppose someone comes in your class, he's from Pakistan, you can say she's from Pakistan, and you start discriminating that girl or boy, which is Pakistani. If someone comes from India to Pakistan and I start discriminating that person, definitely he or she will have issues. Bereavement, loss of someone close to you is one of the cause of the mental health stress. Love hate relationship, nowadays everyone is making relationship. We hardly become sincere to anyone. If you ask any girl how many boyfriends you have, she will just count on the fingers. If you ask someone how many girlfriends you have, he will start thinking how many. These relationships are the cause of the mental health stress. We need to be sincere with someone. This happens especially with the borderline personality disorder. You must have gone through the borderline personality disorder. They have a multiple affairs. They have emotional instability. No doubt, borderline personality disorder, one affair at a time, not a multiple one. But she claims that he's yours all the time. There's extreme levels, no in between. Either you love him or you hate him. He can't be your friend. He is mine. Otherwise, I will kill him. Severe, that's why we call it borderline. Severe or long-term stress. Having a long-term physical health condition, if someone is having diabetes from childhood, type 1 diabetes, if someone is having hypertriglyceridemia from the childhood, they can have these mental health issues. Unemployment or losing job can be one of the cause of the mental. There are so many students who do the job as well, who do the job in the evening because they need to earn money to pay the college fees. If the job is finished, they definitely will have mental health issues. Homelessness, poor housing, people who do not have a house, or people who are lacking housing, they will develop mental health issues. Being a long-term carer for someone, if elders, if parents are having any illness like a cancer, or they have like any surgeries, or they are on the radiotherapy, any issue that is a long term. The long term, what we call it long term, if it's of more than 2 years, and someone is caring that person, he will develop such issues. Drug or alcohol misuse. Now it's very common. People in the college, even in the school, they are taking drugs. Ice, methamphetamine. It's like going, most of the students in big cities, they are using ice, methamphetamine. That makes the people hyper vigilant for a couple of days and then slows down. We become addicted to such things. They have a long-term bad effects. Alcohol use. It's like now it has been the like, you can say if you're taking alcohol, that's good. If someone is not taking alcohol, they're asking, कहाँ से आए हो? विस्की भी बेक भी नहीं पीते, ये आप टकीला नहीं लगाते, मतलब उसको अकल नहीं है जैसे. It's not so. Cigarette comes in a fashion nowadays. Tobacco, it's very hard addiction. Nowadays we use shisha, hookah. I don't know what you call in the Hindi. Domestic violence. It can be the cause of a mental health. Bullying, I already told you, or other abuse that are adult. Now, abuse can be physical, abuse can be financial, abuse can be psychological, abuse can be social. It's not beating someone is just an abuse. Abuse can be verbal as well. Significant trauma, like being the victim of the violent crime, being the victim of the earthquake, being the victim of the war, especially in the army. You would find so many cases of the post-traumatic stress disorder in the army, anywhere in the world. Physical causes, a head injury or the neurological condition such as the epilepsy can have an impact on your mood and behavior. Lifestyle factors including work, diet, drug, and lack of sleep. If someone is sleeping less hours, they are the people who are short sleepers, long sleepers, and normal sleepers. Short sleepers can be vigilant. If they sleep for 4 to 5 hours, they say we are fine. Normal sleep should be for 6 to 8 hours for the people like us. They are the long sleepers. They need 10 hours sleep. But the people who sleep less than 4 hours are people who sleep more than 10 hours. They need treatment. Now, what are the causes of drug addiction? The people, I have tried my best to cover a lot of topics in this single presentation so that you should take most of it. Now, the drug addiction, which is a major like in college students, exposure from the peer. और कोई पी रहा है मैं भी पीऊंगी, दोस्त पी रहे हैं मेरे, peer pressure. Used by parents. घर में कोई ऑलरेडी पीता है, बड़े पीते हैं. Availability, easy access, it's available everywhere. Genetic makeup, they trunks the families. Poor family environment, sometimes in frustration they use the drugs. Psychological problems, people suffering from the psychological trauma, they use the drugs to reduce their stress. Personality, financial difficulties, actually it worsens the financial difficulties. The people who are poor, they are more involved in these drug addiction. Loss of loved ones, loneliness, these are not the proper pattern to reduce the stress. These are the maladaptive pattern to reduce the stress. We should cope with stress positively. Lack of parental involvement, when there's nobody sees, like parents are not taking eye on the kids, they just go away, they just keep on earning money. We give time. Once we become in a job system or business, we keep on earning money, we hardly see our kids, so we lose our kids in between. High level of sports competition, they use the drugs. Prescription drugs, misuse of prescription drugs. Sometimes we prescribe alprazolam, we prescribe clonazepam. These are the benzodiazepines. No doubt these are the addictive drugs, but we provide these drugs for the short period. We write on the paper, but we don't have a system in South Asia to monitor the medical stores, how they provide the medicine to the patients. Sometimes people come to us with a pain and they prescribe opioids, injection in the name of KINS, injection in the name of pentazocine, injection in the name of Nelbin. And the drug addicts, they go to the medical store, they ask for the injection, it is being provided very cheaply, they just inject themselves. And by injection, we can have a lots of problem, like we can develop infective endocarditis. Sometimes people use same syringe, they can have a HIV, they can have hepatitis B and hepatitis C, they develop phlebitis, cellulitis. These drug addiction cost you more than you thought of. Job stress, marital problems, curiosity, and urge to experiment sexual pleasure. It is very common in young male people. The people who discharge early during sex, they use cannabinoids for the sexual pleasures to delay their timings. They are the medicines. If you are having sexual issue, talk to your doctor. Your doctor will provide you the medicines, not to use the drugs like cannabinoids. Poor self-esteem, mental illness. These all are the complications of the drug addictions. Is it visible on your slides?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Medical complication, psychological complication, social complication. Now, the medical complication, you should be aware of the medical complication as well. I know you are going to be the psychologist, but you should be aware of such things as well. If somebody is inserting using the same syringe, he or she can develop HIV, hepatitis B, C, infective endocarditis, memory loss, sudden death, phlebitis, cellulitis, gangrene, scars. Sometimes in gangrene, we need to cut the arms, we need to cut the foot. Psychological, they develop the mental illness. 7% of the cannabinoid addicts, they develop psychotic disorder, drug induced psychosis. Violent, erratic, and paranoid behavior and a hallucination can be developed. Social loss, it is a financial loss. If someone is taking alcohol on daily basis, it costs them 1,000 rupees. It's a financial loss. Law and order problem. Obviously, he will be driving recklessly. He will be snatching things. Like वो कुछ भी करेगा अपने उसके लिए ना, सामान चुरा लेगा घर से, मदर के पास से पैसे निकाल लेगा, कुछ ना कुछ वो इशू जरूर करेगा. Religious issues. Nowadays, blasphemy law is like more active. These under the influence of drug, people do such things that they become the religious issues. It creates a lot of problem for them and their family as well. Loss of job in a family, because human is a human, we are very extremist. Everyone, me, you. When it comes to the religion, we become like extremist. Someone abuses us directly, we smile. If someone abuses our religion, we keep on fighting. We have no tolerance for the religion. So we need to be very careful when we discuss about the religious issues. Loss of job in a family, disinhibition. Drugs cost you more than just that. You can kill yourself by accident. You can go to the jail. You can die by attack. You can develop HIV. How to diagnose the drug abuse? How would you diagnose the drug abuse? There's a sudden change in the behavior, especially I'm talking about the college students. When your parents come to know there's a sudden change in your behavior, they should be hyper vigilant in you. They should see you regularly. When your change sleep pattern, when we find redness of eyes, because cannabinoid causes redness of eyes, staying alone in the room, sudden increase in the financial expenses, when we are having aggressive behavior suddenly. If someone is finding trace marks on their arms, we should look for the drugs. We should assess personality. Borderline personality disorders people, they cut their arms. They do the deliberate self-harms by the bullets. Reduction in school grades, neglect, criminal offenses to earn the money, to fulfill their demands, change pattern of appetite. Sometimes appetite is increased with drugs. Sometimes appetite is decreased. Now, there's a topic, gender discrimination and mental health. I already told you about discrimination. Now, how we define the discrimination? It's a negative behavior towards an individual or a group of a people, especially on the basis of sex, race, religion, and a social class. But we should recognize the people on the basis of intelligence, competence, capabilities, communication, and the qualities he or she possesses, not on the basis of sex, race, religion, or social class. We should avoid such things. Generally, people, this is a male dominant society where we are living, South Asia. Women and transgender are being discriminated. The existence of every human being is started in the woman's body. Everyone is born by the mother. It's a woman. So we should respect them in such a way that she should allow us to burn, like that she should allow us to give birth the people The status of women in South Asia differs greatly across economic class, religion, skin color, rural or urban spaces, even in the same country. Even in India, you can show someone is living in Delhi and someone living in the remote areas. There's a lot of difference. Why? Due to uneven socio-economic development, influence of tribal and feudal system, patriarchal system. What is patriarchal system? It is a paternal dominant society. Head of the house is a male. Head of the society is a male. Paternal side. Gender discrimination should start with you. If not you, then who? We need to stop discrimination. For for the progress and prosperity of a country, we need to eliminate the discriminatory attitude of the society towards the woman. This study was done by, I've given the references, Iqbal and Sam Afzal. No nation can rise to the heights of glory unless women stand side by side with the men. Now, what type of mental health problems generally arise in those students? Depression, anxiety, generalized anxiety disorders, panic attacks, PTSD and phobias, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, eating problems, and more. Now, more problems can be like adjustment disorder, there can be. Now, what would be the end result of depression? End result of depression is suicide. Depression can lead to the suicide if untreated timely. So, early intervention is a basic rule in the management. Around 0.8 million people die by suicide every year. Means one person die by the 40 seconds. One person die by suicide every 40 seconds. You can calculate by the formulas. There are 65 days in a year, 24 hours in a day, 60 minutes in a day, 60 seconds in a minute. Divided by 40, you would get the answer. 7,88,400 people die every year. It means one person dies every 40 seconds. Suicide is a leading cause of death in young adults, 15 to 29-year-old people. So our timely intervention can save the person's life. हम लोग मरने के बाद बहुत कुछ करते हैं. किसी की डेथ हो जाती है, हम बहुत कुछ करते हैं उसका. श्राद्ध करेंगे, ये चीज करेंगे, गरीबों को खाना खिलाएंगे. जब कोई जिंदा होता है, हम हार्डली उसके लिए कुछ करते हैं. So we need to aware the people. We need to aware the society on this World Mental Health Week to come forward and give awareness to the people about these disorders, especially depression, anxiety, and psychosis. Now, this is just for your information, the major depressive disorder. How would you diagnose major depressive disorders? I know you're a psychological student, so you must be knowing all these things. They are the core symptoms, somatic symptoms, cognitive symptoms. When 5 out of 9 for at least 2 weeks are present, we diagnose it as a depression. But core symptoms must be present to diagnose the depression. What are the core symptoms? Depressed mood and reduced interest of player. Now, I have made a mnemonic. There's a mnemonic. Sidescapes is a mnemonic for the depression. S for sleep, I for interest, G for guilt, E for energy, C for concentration, A for appetite, P for psychomotor retardation, and S for sleep, sex, both, and suicide. Third. So it's an easy way to remember. You can take a snapshot of this slide as well. In somatic symptoms, we find change in appetite, change in the sleep pattern, reduced energy level, psychomotor retardation. Due to shortage of time, I would go fast in the coming slides. Now, if somebody talks to you that he is going to commit the suicide or he is having idea about killing herself, what would you do? It's very necessary. There are the 5 things: ideation, plan, means, intent, history, previous history. If someone is having idea of harming himself or herself, everyone is. It's sometimes we say that मर जाते तो क्या होता, मर जाए जान छूट जाएगी. घर में झगड़ा होता है, हम कहते मर जाए जान छूट जाएगी. This is the idea. Have you had thoughts of taking your own life? Plans. Have you made any plans to take your life? We score for each question. Each question scores for 1 mark. Means, do you have access to tools or situation to take your life? क्या आपके घर में कोई पिस्टल, कोई पॉइजन या कोई ऐसी चीज अवेलेबल है जिसके बारे में आपने सोचा कि मैं ये खा के मर जाऊंगा? इंटेंट, डू यू इंटेंड टू कमिट सुसाइड अवेन? मेरे पास एक पेशेंट था, मैंने उससे पूछा कि उस सब सवालों के जवाब यस कर रहा था। तो मैंने कहा कब सोचा है आपने अपने आप को मारने को? तो मुझे कह रहा था, एक डेट बता रहा था कि इस डेट को। मैंने कहा क्यों? कह रहा इस डेट को मेरी गर्लफ्रेंड की शादी हुई थी, तो जब ये डेट आती है तो मुझे पता नहीं क्या होता है, मैं कहता हूँ अपने आप को मार दूं। Then we need to address such issue. We need to tell the family of the patient that you should be vigilant on these dates. You should get the patient admitted involuntary. Psychiatrists have the right to admit the patient of suicide involuntary if someone is trying to commit suicide, if someone is trying to kill himself or someone trying to kill other. Suicide or homicide, both are crimes according to law. But we claim that suicide is not, in scientific way, we say it's an illness. But according to law, our Indo-Pak law, they say suicide is a crime. History, have you ever tried to take your own life previously? अगर उसने पहले भी कभी अपनी सुसाइड अटेम्प्ट की है तो हमें उसको सीरियस लेना है. Now the results, if score is 0, follow-up is needed. Call the patient after 15 days or 1 month. But if score is 1 to 2, there's a moderate risk. Assess the risk at each visit. Reference needed. 3 to 5, high risk. Implement protective measures and emergent management. We need to admit the patient involuntary if someone is trying to kill himself, if someone is having high risk, if someone is scoring 3 to 5. It's a very simple, small skill. There are the skills, a lot of big skills are there that you cannot apply in the private OPD somewhere. This is the easy scale. Now, what is difference between anxiety and a fear? Very common terms. Anxiety is a response to a threat. Same, fear the response to a threat. The difference is in the threat. In anxiety, threat is internal, while in fear, threat is outside. Anxiety, threat is unknown to others, but you know the threat by yourself. If you are having problems with your parents, you know it. You are anxious. If you are having problem with your teacher, you know this. If you are having problem with your boyfriend, you know this. If you are having financial issue, you know this. But fear, response to a known or external threat. If snake comes in the classroom, you see a snake, you see a crocodile, everyone would be feared out because the fear is a threat is outside. Now, stresses in the organization. There is stresses in the colleges, stresses in the universities, rules. First of all, when you read the rules on the board, you become stressed out. It is written that you have to reach hostel by 8 p.m. You say, oh my God, who will come at 8 p.m.? So whenever you see the rules, you become stressed out. Regulations. You cannot follow the rules and regulation. You want to be a free bird. Red tapeism. This is used by the bureaucrats. When they don't want to do the work, they just keep on delaying the things by putting you this side, this signature is not proper, this is not thing, your form cannot be filled, is now you have to go to meet the vice principal, you have to meet the principal, now administrator will come on, will see the things. So these red tapeism, deadlines. When we give the deadline, tomorrow's your exam, this is the stress. When a teacher tells you that we will conduct the exam, you are relaxed. When they tell you the dates, that on this date we will conduct the exam, then their stress arises. Responsibility. We lack the sense of responsibility. We cannot take the responsibility. Severe consequences of mistakes. Severe consequences of mistakes. When it is written like if you come late to the hostel, you will be thrown out. Your admission will be cancelled. Insufficient resources. Little input the decisions. Organization hardly ask their employees for their inputs into the decisions. They tell them their decisions. Now, how would you reduce the organization stress management? How would you do the stress management in the organization? We should increase individuals' autonomy and control. Ensure that the individuals are compensated properly. If someone is working in your medical college, if he's working as an administrator, he should be compensated properly. Otherwise, he will look for another job. Definitely, he would be having stress in managing the expenses of daily life, in managing the expenses of their kids. Maintain job demands and requirements at a healthy level. There should not be the role ambiguity. There are certain people हमारा एक प्रोफेसर है, वो कहता है कि हम हर वो चीज करते हैं जो हमें नहीं करनी चाहिए। अपना काम हम नहीं करते, हम दूसरों के काम पे टांग जो है ना लगा देते हैं कि हम ये भी करेंगे, हम ये भी करेंगे, हम ये भी करेंगे। मैं डॉक्टर हूँ, मुझे पेशेंट देखते हैं, और मैं स्वीपर का काम कर रहा हूँ, मैं स्वीपरों के पीछे लगा हुआ हूँ, मेरा वार्ड साफ नहीं है, साफ करो, ये करो, वो करो। रोल एम्बिग्यूटी नहीं होनी चाहिए। वी शुड फोकस ऑन आवर own roles. Ensure that the associates have adequate skills to keep up to date with the technical changes in the workplace. We should increase the associate involvement in important decision making. We should improve the physical working conditions. आप कहीं जा रहे हो, गर्मी है बहुत, एसी नहीं चल रही, this is not a good working condition. If you are taking class, if you are taking lectures, like there's no multimedia, like I can give the lectures like without showing the presentations, I can give, but this is not a good working condition. There are so many people who can hardly get my accent. They would see on the slides, they can take benefit of these things. So physical working conditions should be good in the organization. We should provide for the job security and career development. Sometimes we are being offered 3 times more amount that we are taking right now, but the job is on a contract basis. So we do not want to join that contract based job. Because why? Because there's no job security. They can throw us out within 6 months. The job security is must. Provide healthy work schedules. If someone is going to take lectures, there should be proper gap. Improve communication to help avoid unnecessary and ambiguity. Now, how the college is, I think it's the last slide one. And time is already short. How the college can improve the mental health. How the Bharti College can improve the mental health. How our medical college can improve the mental health. They should expand counseling services. They should host motivational speakers. They should address gender harassment and must stop the discrimination. They should provide life skill classes. It's not that you are reading the syllabus all the time that you have passed the exams, but you should learn how to live the life. Encourage school life balance. Promote services and resources. Introduce mindfulness lessons. We should implement training sessions to your staff like stress and anger management. We should organize the events to entertain you guys. We should organize events to teach you some lessons. This is the responsibility of college to improve the mental health. If you want to ask any question, I'm here to answer you. I hope you guys are satisfied with the lecture or not, I don't know. Are you?
Yes, I would
Yes,
be.
yes, sir, we are.
And
Yes,
I'm very
sir.
thankful to the Department of Psychology, Bharati College, University of Delhi, who invited me here. Anything if you want to ask, you can ask me.
Can
Arju
I?
Singh.
Yeah, yeah. I want to ask something. How can we help someone that needs professional help? We're not there yet. If we see someone that requires help, how can we help them?
Talk to them. The first thing that you would talk to them, what is the issue? Spend time with them. Then you can bring to the psychiatrist, or you can deal it by yourself as well. If you have good communication skills, you just dig out the things. Why he's upset? What is the main issue? If he just tells you that he's not having money, that he's not having anything to eat, if you ask him, if I provide you the money, what will happen? He said, I'll be happy. So issue is resolved. He's not depressed. He's not anxious. He's not stressed out. He needs money. He needs food to eat. If someone is having stress of his in relationship with boyfriend or girlfriend, he would tell you that I have stress of such things. You would give him the offer. If these things like अगर आपकी उससे शादी हो जाए फिर क्या करेंगे आप? Then you see the response. वो response क्या देता है, वो क्या कहता है आपको? उस response पे depend करता है कि आगे हमें कैसे करना है. कभी कभी दवाइयों की जरूरत नहीं होती. We need psychologists. We need people like you to be there. Now, if he says अगर वो मुझे मिल भी जाए फिर भी मुझे मजा नहीं आएगा क्योंकि मेरे दिमाग में वो चीज बैठ गई है, then he needs biopsychosocial treatment. In biological we provide drugs. In psychological, you would provide CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, and we would do the social risk assessment as well. But the social workers, all team of psychology and psychiatrists and social workers will be involved in such things. But professional help is needed. That is the person who is living with him or his friend. They need to take the steps.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So I have a question. Sometimes as students, we can feel very, very overburdened with expectations. Our parents expect us to perform well. Our teachers expect us to perform well. We expect ourselves to perform well. And sometimes it can get very, very overwhelming. So how do you think we can manage that? How can we bear all those expectations, but then not let them overcome us or not let them overwhelm us?
First of all, be honest to the parents. Reduce their expectations. And they would reduce own expectations. Why? Tell them what are your capabilities. If you are capable of taking 50% marks, tell your parents that father, I can take such marks very easily, but for taking 70% mark, I need to work hard. I need to spend a lot of time that I cannot do. That is creating problems in my mind. So be honest, share with your parents that these are your capabilities. But if you will let her expectations, if you let your parents expectations high, you will be in trouble. If they want you to be a doctor and you're not interested in science, medical science, then how come this thing can happen? So you need to be honest, share your capabilities, share your abilities with your parents. Don't be like, नहीं नहीं मैं तो कर लूंगा. इससे नहीं होता. You can't do that. If you can't do that, you tell them you can't do that. Expectation should be reduced. Anyone, from your, even from your friends. And you need to learn the assertive skills as well. You know about the assertive skills. Where to say yes, where to say no. Sometimes our friend asks, हम चलते हैं चाय पीने, आप चलेंगे हमारे साथ? हम कहते हैं हाँ चलेंगे. हम चाय पी के आते हैं, फिर दूसरी फ्रेंड कहती है हम मेरे साथ भी चलो. हम उसके साथ भी चल पड़ते हैं. क्यों? हम सोचते हैं वो नाराज ना हो जाए. नो, वी नीड टू लर्न असर्टिव स्किल्स. हमें उस अंदाज में उसको ना करनी है कि ताकि वो बुरा भी ना माने. झूठ भी नहीं बोलना, बुरा भी नहीं मानना. ये स्किल्स हमें सीखने हैं, फिर हमें दूसरों को सिखाने हैं. बट द
Yes, sir.
मैटर्स ऑफ फैमिली, यू नीड टू रिड्यूस द एक्सपेक्टेशंस.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I have a question. Sometimes we don't understand if what like our worry is actually worry or anxiety. So I mean, if it's normal or if it's in excess. So how will we get to know that it's actually not normal?
When your occupational life, your family life, and your functioning is affected, then it is abnormal. When it takes more than 2 hours of your life, like persons are having OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, you must know, they wash their hands. They have thoughts about contamination. Everyone wash their hands. But why we call it OCD? Because they spend more times on washing their hands. If they don't wash their hands, they develop anxiety, they develop tremors, they develop palpitation, sweating, dryness of mouth. They have thoughts in their mind. So it depends. When we call it illness, when our occupational life is affected, when our social life is affected, when we cannot meet our friends for this such things, then we call it a disorder. Anxiety is a general term. It's not an illness, but it becomes illness when our life is affected.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. I hope you are satisfied with the answers.
Definitely, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ramya.
So, when you were showing the slides, you showed the stats of like how every 40 seconds one person commits a suicide. So, if
Mm-hmm.
you think about it, like in a day, that's a big number. In a week, that's a bigger number. And ऐसे ही
Mm-hmm.
बढ़ते बढ़ते जाएगा, it's a very huge number. अभी recently we
Mm-hmm.
had COVID and the rate of
Mm-hmm.
death was really really high. अब mental health एक ऐसा issue है जो हमारा बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है. So do you think that we can say कि mental health is like a pandemic or maybe the next pandemic if it's not addressed enough या फिर हम उसे ढंग से attention pay नहीं करते on a larger scale?
Mental health is endemic, not a pandemic. It is continuously running. Now it is increasing. We might have a pandemic of mental health someday when we have more chaos, when your vaccine will not work, then it can have a pandemic effect. Now, actually, the issues are our governments of South Asia and while everyone there, they invest more in the physical health. They hardly invest their budgets into the mental health because they don't take it as a serious. आप लोग ले रहे हो उसे सीरियस, आपको पता है, आप देख रहे हो, वो लेक्चर अरेंज नहीं करवाना चाहते, वो कहते नहीं ठीक है, क्या होता है डिप्रेशन, जितने लोग कम होंगे पढ़े लिखे उनको ज्यादा फायदा है, क्योंकि उनको अवेयरनेस होती है, उनको लॉजिकल होते हैं, वो लोग पता होता है कि वोट किसको देना है, क्या करना है, क्या नहीं करना। तो हमें सबसे पहले एजुकेशन को प्रमोट करना होगा। जब एजुकेशन प्रमोट होगी तभी जाके मेंटल हेल्थ प्रमोट होगी। मेंटल हेल्थ प्रमोट के लिए हमें कुछ ना कुछ वर्कशॉप्स करने पड़ेंगे, हमें लोगों को बताना पड़ेगा, हमें ये नंबर दिखाना पड़ेगा। नंबर दिखाने का मकसद ये है ताकि आपको रियलाइज हो कि हर 40 सेकंड में एक बंदा सुसाइड कर रहा है, और ये डेटा अभी का नहीं है, 2020 का आया थे। इस साल नंबर बढ़ गया होगा, ये डेटा अभी आएगा 2022 में। तो वी नीड टू बी विजिलेंट, वी नीड टू प्रोमोट। इसी वजह से ये वर्ल्ड मेंटल हेल्थ सेलिब्रेट जो आप सेलिब्रेट कर रहे हो, ये क्यों कर रहे हो? यही वजह है कि हम लोगों को बताएं कि ऐसा होता है। सुसाइड इज नॉट अ सॉल्यूशन। अगर उसका जल्दी ट्रीटमेंट किया जाए तो सुसाइड से बचा जा सकता है।
Okay, I have another question. Sir, you said in a slide कि like continuously किसी की care करने से, like being a carer for someone, जैसे parents की कोई illness है या वो, उससे आप पे भी एक toll लेता है वो. I want to ask कि
Yes.
is it just say for like physical illnesses? I mean not physical illness. I just mean to say कि आप अगर आप पे कोई emotionally dependent है for a long while, तो उसका impact उतना ही होता है या मे बी कम होता है या उससे ज्यादा होता है?
ज्यादा होता
Just
है।
emotional
इफ यू आर
dependence.
डिपेंडेंट ऑन समवन, इमोशनल डिपेंडेंसी प्रॉब्लम ज्यादा करती है। क्यों? क्योंकि वो डायरेक्ट न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर पे अफेक्ट करती है, उनकी रिलीज पे अफेक्ट करती है। फिजिकल डिपेंडेंसी तो बंदा टायर्ड हो जाता है, पर इमोशन जहां पे भी इन्वॉल्व होते हैं, हम वहां पे ओवर कंसर्न हो जाते हैं। क्योंकि अगर आप किसी पड़ोस का ख्याल रख रहे हैं, पड़ोस वाले का, वहां पे आप फिजिकली अपने आप को इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं, आप उनको इंजेक्शन लगाने जा रहे हैं, आप उनके पाँव दबा रहे हैं, आप उनका ख्याल कर रहे हैं, खाना देने जा रहे हैं। पर अगर यही काम आप अपने पेरेंट्स का करते हैं, उनको कोई मसला है, देन योर इमोशंस आर इन्वॉल्व, तो नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ज्यादा आता है वहां पे एज कम्पेयर टू फिजिकल के। जहाँ पे इमोशन ज्यादा इन्वॉल्व होंगे वहां पे प्रॉब्लम भी ज्यादा होगी। इसीलिए कहते हैं कि हम एक्सपेक्टेशन रिड्यूस करें, टॉलरेंस डेवलप करें। जरूरी नहीं है कि जो आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो वही हो। कभी कभी आप लोग बहुत कुछ करते हो, आपको रिटर्न नहीं मिलता, काफी बार नहीं मिलता।
Thank you, sir.
वेलकम।
Excuse me, sir. Am I audible?
यस,
Yeah. So I have
रेबा
a
जी।
question. Yeah, I have a question. Like sometimes we actually हम लोगों को differently treat करते हैं just because they have a history with mental health disorder or any disorder, and they start feeling different. You know, they start feeling that they don't fit in the society. तो हम ऐसे कैसे कर रहे हैं, हम उनसे कैसे बात कर रहे हैं कि उनको लगे कि हाँ दे फिट इन द सोसाइटी और उनको लगे कि हाँ दे आर वर्दी इनफ एट द सेम टाइम। तो हाउ कैन यू, क्योंकि कई बार होता है लाइक हम काफी लोगों को बहुत डिफरेंटली ट्रीट करते हैं बट काफी लोगों को हम बिल्कुल ही अलग ट्रीट करते हैं। तो ऐसा कैसे हो कि हम सबको एक तरीके से ट्रीटमेंट दें?
यही तो स्टिग्मा है जिस पे हम बात कर रहे थे, कि हम कोई पेशेंट होता है, हम उसको डिफरेंट तरीके से ट्रीट करते हैं, हम दूसरों को डिफरेंट तरीके से ट्रीट करते हैं। अब यहाँ पे हमें कुछ ना कुछ सोचना पड़ेगा, कभी कभी हमें करना भी पड़ता है, टू बी ऑनेस्ट, कभी कभी करना भी पड़ता है। अगर आप किसी एक बंदे को नॉर्मल वे से ट्रीट करें, क्या पता वो नेगेटिव भी लेता है, कहते हैं बाकी मुझसे सही नहीं चल रहा है, ये क्यों मुझसे ऐसे बात कर रहा है। तो हमें उन पैरामीटर्स को देखना है कि वो चाह क्या रहा है, उसकी डिमांड्स क्या है। अगर घर में कोई, हमारे पास भी हो सकता है कोई साइकियाट्रिक पेशेंट, कोई साइकोलॉजिकल इश्यूज उनके साथ भी हो सकते हैं, उनकी डिमांड्स कैसे पूरी करनी है। हमें उनके सामने गिल नहीं करना, हमें उनके सामने हंसना नहीं है, हमें उनको ये रियलाइज नहीं कराना कि आपको कोई बीमारी है ऐसी जिसकी वजह से हम ऐसा कर रहे हैं। कभी कभी हम कुछ करते हैं, वो कहते हैं आप हम पे एहसान कर रहे हो, तो ऐसा भी नहीं करना। तो चीजों को थोड़ा हमें जो है ना दूसरे तरीके से, वो ये प्रोफेसर हु इज फिजिकली डिसेबल्ड बट मेंटली वेरी स्ट्रांग, he is a head of medical and allied at Kherpa Medical College. He is a polio. तो उससे मुझे ये नजर आता है कि अगर आप देखें कि फिजिकली डिसेबल बंदा प्रोफेसर हो सकता है, वो मेडिसिन एंड अलाइड का सारे डिपार्टमेंट उसके अंडर में काम करते हैं, व्हाई? बिकॉज इज मेंटली साउंड, वो समझ सकता है। तो कहता है मुझ पर तरस नहीं खाओ, मैं फिजिकली डिसेबल हूँ। तो हमें उसके हिसाब से, सिचुएशन के हिसाब से उनको जो ना ट्रीट करना होता है। बेसिकली स्टिग्मा हमें रिमूव करना होता है इस चीज का। हमें उसको नेगेटिव स्टीरियोटाइप बिहेवियर नहीं देना कि वो उसको गलत भी लगे और ये भी हो, और हर जगह पे दवाई भी नहीं देनी।
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I have a question. How can we address somebody who has death wish? Not suicidal thought, but the death wish, and that too not because of depressive thoughts or because she thinks that her life is not worth. It's because she's curious what happens after death. So out of curiosity, she has frequently these thoughts of dying. How can we address such person?
If someone has curiosity to know what happens after death, she should wait for it. It will come automatically. Why she is so much curious that she wants to go right now into the after that life? If there are so many people who wants to know that what happens after that, क्या होगा ऊपर, क्या होगा अगर हम चले जाएं, कुछ कोई है ऊपर, नहीं है, क्या चीजें हैं, उसके लिए जल्दी क्या है, अपनी जान देने की जरूरत क्या है, मैं ये पूछना चाह रहा हूँ। क्यों बंदा आपने, अगर हम चले जाएं, चलो हम, मैं भी ये चाहता हूँ कभी कभी ना कि मैं देखूं ऊपर क्या है, उसके लिए मैं अपने आप को मार दूं, फिर मैं वापस ना आ सकूं, फिर क्या होगा, ऊपर कुछ और ही हो, ऊपर ज्यादा तकलीफ हो, फिर क्या करेंगे। अगर ये चीजें आ रही हैं तो उसकी पर्सनैलिटी असेसमेंट हम करते हैं। वी शुड डू द पर्सनैलिटी असेसमेंट ऑफ दैट पर्सन, कि कहीं उसकी पर्सनैलिटी में कोई चीज ऐसी रह तो नहीं गई, पेरेंट्स की तरफ से तो कोई ऐसी चीज नहीं है, क्योंकि ये सवाल क्यों आ रहे हैं उसके दिमाग में, और सवाल के हद तक क्यों नहीं है। अगर वो वाकई ये चीज करना चाहता है कि क्यूरियोसिटी अपनी दूर करने के लिए अपने आप को मार दे, दैट इज नॉट नॉर्मल, दैट ही or she should see the psychiatrist, कि उसकी असेसमेंट, प्रॉपर असेसमेंट करके हमें देखना है कहीं वो साइकोसिस तो नहीं है, कहीं न्यूरोसिस के कोई इश्यूज तो नहीं है उसमें। आई नो डिप्रेशन नहीं है, पर बहुत सारी इलनेसेस और भी हैं जिनमें ये चीजें आती हैं, नॉट ओनली डिप्रेशन। तो हमें उसको डिग आउट करना होगा, क्यों, आप क्या चाहते हो, ऊपर क्या देखना, क्या चाहते हो आप, चलो आप गए ऊपर, आप क्या देखना चाहते हो, चलो आपकी डेथ भी हो गई, चलो आप देख के आ गए ऊपर कुछ है, फिर क्या होगा, हाउ वुड यू कम बैक। इकरा,
Yes, sir. Thank you.
आई एम आस्किंग यू, हाउ वुड यू कम बैक। अगर हम, अगर ये चीज आपके दिमाग में आए और हम कहें कि ठीक है, हम आपको चलो ये कहते दें कि आप चली जाएं, फिर आप वापस कैसे आएंगी।
So basically, the person that told me this, she's not planning to die, as in doing suicide.
हाँ,
But she
उसी
has
के लिए
these
मैं कह रहा हूँ, आप
thoughts
उनसे
when the
पूछना
right.
ये।
Yes, I'll try.
थैंक यू।
Does anyone else have any more questions?
Okay, I have a question, sir. Sir, with mental health issues, we know that a large part of it comes from ourselves. We need to work on ourselves, right? But a lot of times, there are a lot of situations where our surroundings cause this trauma for us, and most of the times we cannot control the people around us or what leads to our abuse. So when you cannot control what is around you, what would be the solution? Is it enough to just work on yourself? Is that enough?
No, that's not enough. You need to raise the voice. You need to talk on the forums that listens to you. I know we are all suffering from the same situations. Like, Arya, you are having a good mental health. If I am having a good mental health, but people surrounding us are not having a good mental health, they are going to bothering us all the time. It's not that we are going to ignore all these things. Sometimes we need to ignore. Sometimes we need to talk. We need to give them a shut up call. Or we need to raise the voice. It's not we will just stay and we go on daily basis. If some girls are going on the school and someone is bothering them on the street and on daily basis for 6 months and doing the same thing, same routine, it will have a negative impact on that woman. So she needs to raise the voice. We need to see what the problem is actually, who the person is, why he's doing so. If there are a bunch of the people, we need to address the police department. We need to address the local government of that city or we need to talk on the media about these issues. This is how we raise the mental health. This is how we resolve the issues. Arya.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Does anyone else have any questions? If not, then I think we can conclude this meet. I, on behalf of the entire department, would like to thank Dr. Makhija for taking out time for us and giving us such an informative webinar about mental health and its importance. I'm sure that we all learned from this talk. It was really, really insightful. Thank you so much, sir. I would also request, sir, if you could stop the presentation and we can take a screenshot of all the participants. That would be great.
Just a minute.
Thank you so much, sir. So I would request if guys, can you have your cameras on so you can take the screenshots? Also, I'll be dropping a feedback form in the chat box. Please take out 2 minutes to fill the form and let us know how was the event for you.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, council members and participants which joined this program. Program was so nice. So thank you so much on the behalf of Department of Psychology, Bharati College. Thank you so much to everyone for joining these sessions.
You are always welcome. Yeah, you're always welcome.
Bye
A
bye,
request for
everyone.
the participants, please don't leave the meeting before filling the feedback form. Kindly fill the feedback form and then you're free to leave. Thank you.